Operation Fishbowl is the name of a military project from 1962 in which they claim it was about high-altitude nuclear tests done in the sky. Part of what is called Operation Dominic, which is also about these nuclear explosions they made happen up in the sky. I think these operations were actually an attempt from the ruling elite to send nuclear missiles and try to hit the firmament of the flat earth. Maybe they want to destroy it and try to break through it so they could go to the heavens above it. But seeing the firmament still appears to be here, it looks like their attempt failed. Since the firmament is too tough for them to break through, even with nuclear weapons. If we take a look at some of the explosions done during these tests, or the supposed tests, they actually look like, well, called mushroom cloud explosions from nuclear weapons. Yet they are up there in the sky. The fact these explosions are in the sky rather than the ground proves the sky is some solid structure like the firmament, rather than just open sky like what mainstream science claims. Because for an explosion to make a mushroom cloud shape, it needs to be pushing against something solid. The explosions from the operations are unlike other explosions done in the sky, like we can see here, this rocket exploding, and all the stuff flying in random directions instead of making a mushroom cloud shape. Because in this, it's pushing against, it's not pushing against anything solid, so all the stuff flies in random directions, because it's just in the sky, not pushing against anything. Yet, nuclear explosions that happen on the ground, like the one we can see here, are pushing against the ground that makes it form into this shape. So, this proves that the nuclear explosions from Operation Dominic and Operation Fishbowl were pushing against something solid in the sky, which is the Firmament Dome. Oh yeah, I think the reason this is actually called Operation Fishbowl is because an upside down fishbowl actually looks like the dome above the flat earth. The place where the nuclear missiles from Operation Fishbowl were launched is an island known as Johnston Atoll. That is actually owned by the United States military, and the public are not allowed to visit this island. It's a highly restricted place, which makes me think they are hiding secrets from the public at this island. During the supposed tests, they even describe themselves as aiming at a target in the sky, which makes me think they're aiming at some solid structure in the sky, not just some random area in the air. That wouldn't technically be considered a target. I think these operations also have connections to other operations and projects that are done to hide the truth about our flat earth. and the firmament. The explosions from Operation Fishbowl actually seen hundreds of miles away from where they happened. One, as we can see here, it says it was seen from 898 miles away from the place it happened at. But we are told that the Earth has curvature and that you can't see a certain distance. So the fact these explosions were seen so far away proves the Earth is actually flat and there's no curvature blocking how far we can see stuff in ways related to all this. Libyan desert glass is a type of material found in western Egypt and eastern Libya that is kind of like a glass, kind of like a crystal, but they say they don't exactly know exactly how it was formed, but they think it might be something to do with meteors because the material shares similarities with meteors or explosions caused by meteors, which makes me think they fell from this glass fell from the sky like meteors, or was caused by some kind of explosion similar to the explosions of meteorites or meteors. Maybe the heat related to this material is somehow related to it falling from the sky and heating up like meteors heat up when they fall from the sky. I don't think it was actually a meteorite, though, or meteor, whatever you call them, that made this. I think it was part of the dome firmament. And we can see, like here, they even made, in Egypt, they made artifacts out of it. So maybe they consider it sacred for some reason, because maybe they associate it with the sky above, which is the firmament. I think these are pieces of the firmament, because the sky is associated with heaven and other places that are considered sacred. So maybe that's why they made all these special religious artifacts out of it. If you look that closely, it even looks clear or something you can see through, similar to how you can see through the dome firmament and see the waters above, which is the blue sky behind the dome firmament. Because waters look blue from a distance, and you can see the waters above the firmament through this clear firmament, which I think is the same as the Libyan desert glass, that is related to meteors thought to fall from the sky, just like it could have been something that fell off the firmament, then fell down, like falling from the sky. How exactly this Libyan desert glass fell off the firmament is a mystery. Some may say it is possible the explosions related to the Libyan desert glass is related to the explosions of Operation Fishbowl, which hit the firmament. Other theories, however, suggest this Libyan desert glass fell from the sky when God caused the flood in Noah's time. Because in the Bible it says during the Great Flood in Noah's life, the windows of heaven were opened, meaning part of the sky was open, which is possibly related to the firmament being broken open and the waters from the firmament falling down to the ground and causing the Great Flood. Perhaps the Libyan desert glass is pieces of the firmament, which is the sky, that fell down during this time. Then there's the possibility that this desert glass was created when some type of nuclear explosion or explosion hit the firmament during some type of ancient nuclear war, which some people believe was caused by celestial beings or some ancient past advanced civilization that had access to nuclear weapons technology, unlike what we are now told about in mainstream history about people in the past not having advanced technology. Something else that I think is related are what are called the sky stones in Sierra Leone. Just like Libyan desert glass, these sky stones are thought to be related to meteorites or meteors that fall from the sky, even though I think the evidence saying they are actually meteors or meteorites falling from the sky is actually evidence for them being parts of the firmament falling from the sky. But something about these stones is a legend that the locals of Sierra Leone in West Africa, there's a legend of these stones being associated with the sky, just like the firmament is in the sky or is the sky. Just like the blue sky stones, sapphire can be blue or some bluish color. In the book of Exodus from the Bible, it says, under the feet of God, there is what appears to be sapphire stone, and this is in the heaven or heaven itself, which is the firmament. Maybe the blue color in the sky is a combination of this bluish sapphire and the walls above that can be seen through the crystal, because the ocean looks blue from a distance but clear when you're close up. So then why is the Libyan desert glass a different color? Well, maybe it has something to do with the explosions that I talked about earlier that made it a different color. In many depictions of the dome firmament, it looks like some type of crystal-like or clear structure or something that you can see through and see the walls above. Oh, and a topic covered by Night God 333 Secrets Revealed is sky glass, or sky ice, I mean, in Antarctica, which is from the firmament that is in Antarctica, and it is even depicted as being blue, or a sapphire-like color. I'll leave the link in the description to this video if you want to hear the whole story. It's about finding this sky ice that is pieces of the firmament in Antarctica, which many of you all know is where the firmament attaches to the ground.